boardroom of one of America's most powerful industries.
Mr. Hudsucker?
From the highest floor of one of New York's tallest buildings, something big is about to go down. From Joel and Ethan Coen, the award-winning creators of Barton Fink and Raising Arizona, and Joel Silver, producer of Lethal Weapon and Die Hard, comes a breathtaking new comedy, The Hudsucker Proxy.
He could have opened the window. What we need now is a new president who will inspire panic in the stockholders.
A puppet. A proxy.
A pawn.
Sure. Some jerk we can really push around.
It's a romantic comedy that's set in the 1950s in a big corporation. 90% of the movie really takes place in this one big sort of mythic corporation in New York. And it's about this sort of rise from the mailroom to the presidency of this, the central character that's played by Tim Robbins.
You! Yeah, you, Bonds! You don't look busy! Think you can handle a blue letter?
This is more an archetypal story told again in a very, very fresh, innovative, original style. The story of the young man coming from the country into the city, into a den of thieves and a pit of vipers, and has to find a way to survive.
You're from the basement, aren't you? And weren't blessed with much education.
Well, I'm a college graduate.
But you did not excel in your studies.
Well, I made Dean's List at the Muncie College of Business Administration.
Oh, and your friends, they called you jerk, didn't they?
Oh.
Dope. Dipstick.
Oh.
Lame brain.
Oh.
Schmo.
No.
Not even behind your back.
No, as a matter of fact, they voted me most likely to succeed.
You're fired.
I don't get asked to play this kind of comedy very often. I like the size of the character and his manipulativeness and his being dead wrong.
Mr. Barnes, did the board consider you an idea man when they promoted you from the mailroom?
Well, I guess so. I don't think they promoted me because they thought I was a schmo.
I tell you, the guy's a phony.
Phony, huh?
As a $3 bill.
Says who?
Says me, Amy Archer. Why is he an idea man? Because Hudsucker says he is? What are his ideas? Why won't they let anyone interview him? And just take a look at the mug on this guy. The jutting eyebrows, the simian forehead, the idiotic grin. Why, he has a face only a mother could love. On payday.
She's a tough-talking newspaper gal who thinks she's one of the boys and thinks that this guy who's heading this corporation is the bunk and goes out to prove it, finds that he's a moron, and then falls head over heels in love with him.
Say, what do you think you were in a previous life, Amy?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe I was just a fast-talking career gal who thought she was one of the boys.
Oh, no, Amy. Pardon me for saying so, but I find that very far-fetched.
No, there
That
really
kind of
is
person would
something
come
I have
back as
to
a
tell
wildebeest
you.
or a warthog. No, I find it more likely that you were a gazelle with long, graceful legs gambling through the underbrush. Perhaps we met once. A chance encounter in a forest glade.
It came from the same kind of, romantic movie genre from the 50s that this is, kind of comes from too, but this also comes from movies of the 40s and the 30s as well, and some of the, the Preston Sturges films and the Frank Capra films, even the Billy Wilder films, but it has references of all those movies, and I think, but at the same time, it's very fresh and contemporary.
Say, Amy, how about you and I grab a little dinner and a show after work? I was thinking maybe The King and I. How about Oklahoma?
The time that we wrote it, which was just before we made Raising Arizona, we were really sort of had access to budgets which were not going to be sufficient to do the kind of production that we wanted.
Take one fresh and tender kiss.
They were considering giving up the picture. They were considering shelving it because they weren't able to interest anybody to make the movie. And I said, well, the most important reason for you to make it is that I have to see it. So, I have to see this movie.
Sure, pleased to meet you, Mr. Finlayson. Say, it might interest you to know that I studied a little Finnish myself in high school. Let's see, I hope I'm not too rusty. Taxa spusa meet navelman tours.
The other difficult thing about the production was the fact that, unlike the movies that we've done in the past, where we've really been present for every shot, including the sort of smallest insert, on this movie we had, at one point, 4 different units working at the same time. We had the first unit, a second unit, a blue screen unit, and a miniature unit.
Anytime you see skyscrapers or a view outside of window of skyscrapers, it's an image that we've created through some sort of visual effect. If not a miniature, we've done some computer graphics work, computer sort of digital matte painting work to create some translights. All these buildings on the ground, on the lower half of frame, we're literally sitting on the ground on little tabletops, and then all of these guys were suspended from the ceiling to give us this canyon feel. And the reason we use these motion-controlled cameras, is what they're called, computerized cameras, is that gives us a lot of control over the nature of the move, over the model.
I don't think it's that different than my other pictures. Yes, I mean, aesthetically it's different, but the other movies that we make, I mean, you know, Demolition Man, Lethal Weapon, Die Hard, these movies are about entertainment. They're about making people sit in the theater and have a good time, and I believe that's the same thing about this movie.
We had to keep Joel away from the building during the entire production. He was always walking around with, like, you know, plastic
looking for a place to plant a charge.
Everyone knows what a sort of huge success it was as a fad in the 50s. And
really, it was just the exigencies of the story we had come up with. You know, we needed a device that would seem imbecilic, but that would turn out to be a huge success, and Hula Hoop sort of fits the bill.
Did you have any idea there'd be such a huge response?
Well, frankly, I don't think anybody expected this much hoopla.
Hoopla on the hula hoop. Can we quote you on that, Mr. Barnes?
he came in and, you know, did his hula hooping, and then I sort of turned around to talk to Ethan, and I looked back, and it was going around his neck.
We had a hula hoop there, you know, for people to audition with, but he brought his own instrument. He's a real artist. He, you know, travels with his own hoop.
It's fun, it's healthy, it's good exercise. The kids will just love it, and we put a little sand inside to make the experience more pleasant.
What the hell is it?
It's, brilliant.
Genius. It's very difficult. It was my biggest acting challenge up to date, to hula hoop and talk at the same time. I was quite shocked that I could do it, actually.
The Dinkus is quite simple, really. It operates on the same principles that keeps the Earth spinning around the sun, and that keeps you from flying off the Earth into the cold reaches of space, where you would die like a miserable swine.
Yes, it's hula hula everywhere, from the parties of the Park Avenue Smart Set to sweethearts who want to be married in the swing of things.
Ready? Action?
There's no hype about them at all, you know. Things are good, things are funny. It's not like, oh, brilliant. You never hear that. It's like, yeah, that was funny. That's good, you know, and there's something very grounding about that.
They also understand the community process, the community of artists and how they work together.
Is the lean in the face enough, or do you want me to kind of turn out?
You can turn a little more, but that looked good.
Okay.
Yeah, that was good.
Going again.
Whoa.
How do you respond to the charges that you're out of ideas as Norval barns run dry?
Oh, not at all. Why, just this week I came up with several new sweet ideas. A larger model hula hoop for the portly, a battery option for the lazy or the spastic, a model with extra sand for the hard of hearing. Oh, yes, I'm earning my keep.
This is an exceptional film, Hudsucker Proxy. It's big, it's glamorous, it's exciting, and I want to see it, so I think other people will feel the same way.
He's on! He's on!
Hello?
Hello, Norval. This is the president.
Sir.
I just wanted to congratulate you. I'm very proud of you. Mrs. Eisenhower is very proud of you. The American people are very proud of you.
I loved the screenplay so much. When I read it, I was just laughing out loud. I mean, you could have just read that script straight with no affect at all and been on the floor howling.
I think they're really wonderful, talented filmmakers. I had a great time doing it.
I think they're just having fun.
I'm getting off this merry-go-round.
Myron!
Plexiglass. Had it installed last week.